What's happening, guys? This is TheLonewolftech coming back to you with some more of the Tekkit project. Now, if you haven't watched our Let's Play Vault series, I would highly suggest you do that. Especially if you're wanting to know a little bit more about Railcraft and some of the uses it has. We're actually going to be using it more in Vaults than we will be using it in Tekkit. Mostly because we're going to be using that to replace pipes, which aren't in Vaults. And, you know, in Tekkit we have tons of pipes. So, really feeling good being back in the Tekkit project. I know there haven't been too many videos. That's because I've been doing Vaults so we can get going and started off in that. But other than that, yeah, we got some new cool updates starting off. I actually had to allocate 2 more gigs of RAM just to run my server at decent frame rates. So now I'm running at 6 gigs of RAM just on the server. So yeah, I believe when I get my home server set up, I'm going to cram that thing full of RAM just so I can play my Tekkit. And that's mostly due to world anchors. I do have quite a few in here. I've cut back on them a little bit, but I still have quite a few. And the sorting facility, that's pretty nasty. So, yeah, your Tekkit server probably won't run at that much RAM. But it's pretty funny that people say, like, to run a Minecraft server, you only need, like, at least 2 gigs of RAM, and I don't believe that. But yeah, we got this guy going. Well, we did have him going, but it looks like he's still kind of glitchy. Oh no, that was just a unloaded chunk. But he's going. Sometimes you do have to break him a little bit. Now this is what we're going to be using to mine in the Vaults Let's Play. I don't remember what I called it, but it will be pretty neat because what we'll do is we'll get in the furnace cart, which we showed off last time, race up behind one, and then take all the coal out, and then connect this train to the furnace cart, go all the way back, and then ride under some detector and holding tracks, which will unload everything, and then we can just send it back on its way, and it will be really, really, really neat. So yeah, looking forward to this. This one has gone actually really far, and it has gone past the chunk loaded part, so that one is probably going to be glitching out today. But other than that, we have some other things, some stuff we're actually going to build. Yay! And I actually have a few things planned to build in the project. So, that answers a question, actually. Previously, before, it only placed 1 gravel, and now it is placing all the way down. So, yeah, that answers a question. So, yeah, they will do that. But anyway, before it actually gets to night, by the time I get done talking, what we're going to make today are teleporters, which, as you can guess, do what they say. They teleport you from place to place. So, today what we're going to do is probably build them, and then I'm going to go off screen and work out the power for them, and then we'll come back and test them. So the problem with teleporters are they do require a lot of power. I already forgot what all the powers, but basically you want at least MFE to run them. You don't really want anything smaller than that. I'm of course going to be running them off MFSUs. Maybe I think the one in the power facility is going to be running off an MFE, but the rest of them will be running off MFSUs, and I might have to add one in there. I don't think I have any power in there yet, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. If we count them up, I want 1 in the house, 1 in the railroad factory. I want 1 in the power building. I want 1 in our nuclear generators. I want 1 in the sorting facility, and I want 1 in the mage building, and I do not want 1 in here because we will not use that. So if we count that up, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that we're going to need, and actually it will be 12. Well, a little bit less than 12 because we have to teleport. We have to have 2 for each place, so we have to have one teleporting there and 1 to base. So what we're going to do is kind of have a base. I think it's going to be for the time being in the bottom story of our house because I never use this place. So what I'll do is I'll clear it out and then put them down here, and then we can run power, you know, from under here. Man, I haven't been down here in forever. This is where we used to start off, guys. Remember this back in like the first episodes? We're almost to 100 episodes too, which is pretty crazy. Look, there's even grass missing here. Thankfully I have some dirt. Wow, this was a long time ago. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. What's back here? I don't even know. So we'll get working on those. They're pretty straightforward to make. Well, they're hard to make, of course. They're very expensive. But we should have most of the building materials needed. Well, actually, I take that back. We probably don't, because I just built a crap ton of MFSUs, because I was like, man, I'm gonna have to upgrade this, power facility, and put lots of MFSUs in so we can send power to places. And then I remembered I didn't have anywhere else to send power, so we have a lot of those with no use for them. That's the remnants of building them. We have 4. For some reason, we need 4 of them. But what I'll go ahead and do are throw a lot of these parts that we do not need. We'll need those. Won't need these, so we got 6 of those. We'll go ahead and throw some of these in the sorting facility, which is still working hard. I haven't filled out all of the extra sorting machines in this new wing yet. This one looks like it has some wire in it, but that's about it for that. I know I said we were going to need more stuff to sort, but I haven't taken the time nor the will or actually thought about what else we need to sort, so I'm just going to leave it be for now, and eventually when we find some more stuff or they put more mods, we will sort more. Alright, so teleporters. We're going to need some advanced circuits, quite a lot of them, and I believe we have some made up. We have 6, so we're probably going to need some more than that. So this episode I probably will show you how I actually go about making stuff, maybe cutting off here and there, just for time's sake. But basically this is where I make stuff. I know I haven't really showed much of me making it. I usually do it off camera, but I have a few chests up here with lots of materials that I use quite often, so I can just run and grab what I need and be done with it. So we're going to throw some iron ingots in there to go ahead and smelt up into refined iron. So we got that component. We're going to need redstone and copper cable, which we should have some copper cable left somewhere. Maybe not. Thankfully we won't need leather to make it. So there's a power flower, which we use all the time. Usually if there's extra red matter in here, I'll go ahead and stock it up. Mostly because if we try to condense all that red matter, we'll get a ton more of stuff than we need. And if we're trying to make something that's really expensive, we can just throw some of that stockpiled red matter in there. So that's always useful. And what else do we got? Redstone. We're going to need some copper, which we actually don't have any. And we're going to need rubber. So we should have our chest full of ores, which we're doing pretty well on. Probably sort them again. There we go. That's one thing. Vaults doesn't have the sorting chests. They don't have this little option right here, which isn't very fun, to be honest. I don't need that much copper. We'll throw this a little bit back. So this is actually not made from energy condensers. This is all from the quarries. So that's one thing to look forward to. It's all made from the quarries and macerated downstairs, and yeah, it's really neat. But anyway, we got that. Let's see, we need cable. That's what we were working on. So I got a compressor there. That's for more of the advanced stuff. And then we got 2 extractors over here that are usually running. Just because of the amount of rubber we need. And I'm pretty sure I'm doing this wrong, because this is how you do it in vaults. Oh, that's right. So 42, we'll try to make a stack. At least close to it, because you always need rubber or wire and all that good stuff. So basically when I try to build these projects, I try to build them in bulk, just because, like circuits, when I build those, I try to build as many as I can, just because that's something that's required for a lot of machines. So you want to try to build bulk of them, so you won't have to go back and build them every time. And that's what I try to do. Sometimes it doesn't work out exactly like I want it to. But the crafting project tables do help a lot. If you have a lot of those set up, you can just get one. Like I'll have circuits waiting to be made over here, and then I can go work on another project over there. So it really works out that way. And we'll just try to make as many circuits as possible. That we'll probably have to make more later. But I'll just show you the basic making of this. So we should get 10, which is not that bad. That will mean we get 10 advanced circuits. So we'll actually go ahead and make some more because we can. So what we're going to do is save 1 copper and then get some more resin, which I think we have couple spare resin in here in case I ever run out and need to condense some more. Always try to save 1 in case you need to condense. So I'll get that going. This is much like cooking a meal, to be honest. You start one project and then you move on to another one, and you try to make things even. So that's where we're going with this. We got our resin smelting up, and we're gonna make a full stack of wire, so we don't do anything half-ass, because we don't want to do anything half-ass. So we can get rid of some of this redstone for now. Just throw it in this chest of random useful building materials. So we got that. Now what we can go ahead and do is change the circuits that we do have while we're waiting into actual advanced circuits. So we're going to need glowstone, redstone, and lapis, which are kind of random materials, but thankfully they're ones I usually have stockpiled somewhere. The question is where. So not in here. That's all red matter. This was the energy crystal making thing, so we got a lot of redstone in there. I don't want dirt, actually. So that's gonna be downstairs, it looks like. Oh, we got some lapis here. We can go downstairs and get glowstone. I know these are all materials I have somewhere. Now the problem is remembering what chest everything is. I think this is a fuel chest, so we do have some glowstone in here. I'll take the smaller stack just so we can just condense it all up. That's what I love, is just energy condensers, making things so much simpler. I know it's kind of cheating, but my videos like this would become so long if I didn't have them. So get a couple of that, and we'll go ahead and hopefully this video won't be too terribly long, since this is a very complicated machine. Alright, we're gonna need glowstone. I don't want 26, I want 64. And then I want, we can do this. Hit the question mark and it fills it in for you. I just learned that out in the Volts project. So actually we want that lapis. We want to make some more of that. Preferably a little bit more than 2 stacks. We got not even 2 stacks. We'll throw some more glowstone in there. This is one problem, is you always have to wait for stuff to condense back. But it's not that big of a deal. You just throw something that's worth a lot in there. You don't want my snowballs? That's not cool, man. Don't be racist to the snowballs. Alright, so that should be enough. More than enough, actually. So we needed the lapis here, wasn't it? Lapis lazuli. And what do we got? Alright, and then we needed redstone in the corners. And then we need our basic circuits, which go right here. So we should get 10 of those. And we'll leave that there so we can take any circuits we need from here, which we're just waiting on some more rubber. Go ahead and place more dirt, apparently. I need to get it off dirt. We'll get some more rubber in here. I kind of want to make a full set of wires before I do that. So we got some circuits, then we're going to need some glass fiber cable, which we have some advanced machine block, which are a little bit more complicated. That's going to be refined iron, and then the carbon plate and advanced alloy. Now, thankfully, these are made in MFSUs, so I have a few right here. So that's good. We won't have to make those, but that's how you make them. That's one thing that takes a long time to make, because you have to, break down the coal and then the carbon and then add the carbon. See, I always have that kind of making in the background when I'm not working on anything. So we got some carbon plates there, just because that takes a long time to actually work through. So we don't have to make an industrial diamond because it just uses a regular diamond, but we will have to make quite a few frequency transmitter, which is a copper cable and electric circuit. Now that's what you're going to tie one teleporter to a teleporter. So basically how teleporters work are you have two, and they let's say I have one at this corner over here and one at this corner over here. Now I use a frequency transmitter to tie the two together. So if I were to step on this one, it would send me to this one over here. And if I was to step on this one, it would send me to this one over there. Now if I had another one over there and I stepped on this one, no matter what, it's still going to send me over here. It's not going to send me that one because I have not connected any of these together. And you can only connect two together. So that's what we're going to work. How we're going to set this up is we're going to have one teleporter in each of the buildings, and then we're going to have a central hub that we're going to tie all the teleporters to. So if you ever wanted to go, let's say I wanted to go to here, to the magic facility. Well, I'd step on the teleporter, it'd take me to the central hub in the bottom of the house, and then in the central hub I would just walk over to the teleporter that says, you know, mage room, and I would hop on it, and it would take me over the mage room. So it's going to act kind of as a gateway before we get into anything. So now that I've blabbered on about that, we need to make some more cable. So actually I think we're not going to wait anymore. We're just going to do this up and get it over with. So we'll go ahead and spread this out a little bit. That's never really want to wait and Tekkit. So we got plenty of cable actually. So to make our regular circuits, we still need copper cable, refined iron, and redstone. So get a redstone, get some copper cable, and then refined iron. And we should actually be able to make quite a few from this once we redistribute our wire. So like I said before, these are things you want to make in bulk. Always try to make in bulk. And we can actually get a little bit, a few more if we use this extra wire we got here. We don't want to make two more though. We'll end it there at 22. We're not on an odd number. So what we want to do is make a few frequency transmitters. We'll go ahead and say 12 of them. Apparently they don't stack, which is a bummer. So we got our frequency transmitters, and we are going to need cable, which we probably don't have any up here. And that would be something found downstairs in a chest somewhere. I believe it would be over here. It's over in the cables. I have a separate chest for cables, which should be there. So it looks like we're out of cables. I have them in my inventory. That's one thing I need to make more of, is some glass fiber cables. But everything is teleported around here, so we don't worry about that too much. So we got our cables, and we have advanced circuits. We got advanced machine blocks. We have diamonds. In this chest over here, we have tons and tons of diamonds. Grab a stack. Throw some more lapis in there. So we should be able to make this actually. We get our circuits. Should be able to make a few. Well, maybe one to start off with. Throw some diamonds in here, and a frequency transmitter. Throw the rest of our frequency transmitters in there, and some cable. So what I do now is, now that we have this set up, I do not touch this crafting bench at all. If I ever need parts, see if I need to make more electric circuits, I'll go to this one. Once I get the electric circuits, I can take them over here and then stick them right here and make advanced circuits. And then once I get that, I can just put it in here and make more teleporters. So you almost kind of want to use them as like you would a bunch of automatic crafting tables, except you're carrying the items you need from table to table, so you can customize what you want. We're going to go ahead and make 2 for now. Actually, we'll go ahead and make as many as we can. We'll stop there. So we got 3, which is pretty good. We actually should have gotten 4. We'll go ahead and make a 4th one. And what we want to do is actually plug this up with some power. This is actually coming out from straight downstairs. So what we can do is actually power this, believe it or not, so I can give you a little bit of a test on how these work. This is running off an MSFU. The cable is just run upstairs now. It does take higher voltage. I'm not sure exactly what voltage, but it does take higher voltage. It's just actually running on lower voltage because we have all these machines hooked up to it that only use the lower voltage. So yeah, we're gonna hook one up here. I think we actually need to run the cable around the back. So go ahead and do that. And it doesn't look like it's hooking up for some reason. I think this might need to be directly connected to an MFSU. I'm not exactly sure. But we'll test it out here in a second. You can just put one up there. And it looks like you can break them with a pick. Nope. So you're going to need your wrench for that. Another noob mistake. Been playing too much volts. So give me 1 second. I'll tell you exactly how they work. Gotta love some Google. Let's see what the wiki has to say about them. So you have to place it directly against an MFS. So that is the medium power supply. We're going to be using probably MFSUs. So that's one thing to look for. And then you got to use transmitters. So what we're going to do is actually use a wrench. If we still have one, we got one. And actually pick this one guy up with a wrench because we need to, and take it over to the power room because we have a lot of MFSUs in there. And I'll show you how they work quickly, and then I'm going to hook them up and show you them off in another episode. So what we want to do is actually have them so the power output's on the top, so we won't actually be able to do that. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to end the episode there. We made them, which is good. Showed you how I made them. Next episode, so make sure you tune in, because I get trapped in those goddamn doors. We're going to actually, I'm going to fix everything up, set everything up, and then give you a full examination of how they use, how you use them. I'm going to set up a another power thing in there to send them off, and then use a need system with the power teleport pipes to get power to them. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video and seeing how I actually go through the process of making things, in case you were wondering, because I never really make it on the Tekkit project because they're so complicated, now you see why I don't make it on the Tekkit project, because it takes forever and it's quite boring. But now you know. Now you know why I don't show it to you, but now you know what you're going to get into if you actually get into this. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe to TheLonewolftech for more of the Tekkit project, and make sure you go check out Let's Play Volts if you want to see some more Railcraft and different mods. And as the sun sets in the background next to unloaded chunks, I bid you farewell. See you later.